As we're sure you can imagine, there are tons of twists and turns when it comes to Dragon Ball's timelines. We're not going to waste your time introducing you to characters we're sure you've already heard of, but we do want to set the scene of the Dragon Ball universe by talking about the pantheon of the Kais. The Kais are gods. They rule over various things, varying greatly in strength, and knowing their basic structure is vital to understanding the universe. On the less powerful end of the spectrum, we have King Yemma, who decides where the souls of the departed end up. Next, we have Shenron, the dragon god or the eternal dragon. Although he's godly in a sense, he's far from all-powerful. Even if you collect the Dragon Balls, you can't wish for anything that's outside of Shenron's power to grant. Shenron was created by Kami, Earth's guardian, but Kami wasn't just born as a god. He's a Namekian who's so old he can't even remember his own name. Kami just means god or divine being. Above Kami is King Kai, or Kai of the North, who oversees the 4 galaxies in Universe 7, which is where most of our story takes place. He occasionally addresses serious threats in the universe, or trains characters like Goku and Piccolo, among others. Above King Kai is the Grand Kai, who is the king who oversees the 4 Kais: North Kai, West Kai, South Kai, and East Kai, who rule over the 4 quadrants of the universe. Next, we have the Supreme Kai, or Kaioshin, who are in charge of creating and populating worlds. After the Supreme Kai is the Grand Supreme Kai, or Daikaioshin, who lords over the entire universe. Despite being pretty high in rank, even the Grand Supreme Kai isn't all-powerful, as we'll learn later. Then we have Beerus, who's the god of destruction in Universe 7. If there's life in the universe, there must also be death, and maintaining this balance is essential. Beerus fulfills an important purpose, but this doesn't make him an emotionless killing machine. The gods of destruction have assistants known as angels. These angels surpass the gods of destruction in terms of power and teach them to master their destructive capabilities. The angel tasked with attending Beerus is named Whis. The Grand Minister, or Great Priest, is the creator of the angels and serves under the all-powerful Zeno. Zeno is unequivocally the most powerful entity in the Dragon Ball multiverse and is in charge of all the other gods we mentioned. In an instant, Zeno can erase entire universes and even makes the other gods nervous. There's also a fan theory out there which states that Zeno's supposed to represent the audience, who has the power to turn off the TV, deciding what does and what doesn't fit into our personal canons. With that established, let's move on to how the Dragon Ball universe was created. The earliest known event in the Dragon Ball universe takes place in time immemorial. Majin Buu forms, beginning his cycle of rampages and hibernations. Unknown years later, during year 41 of the Divine Calendar, over 100 million years ago, the Super Dragon Balls are created. Around 100 million years before age is when the Kais are believed to start appearing. 25 million years later, drama is already starting. Beerus and Old Kai get into an argument during a meeting, resulting in Old Kai being sealed into the Z-Sword. 10 million years BA is when Planet Eater Moro first appears. As you can guess by his name, he causes more than enough trouble when left to his own devices. Moro causes mass extinctions on 320 planets, and even attacks the Supreme Kais with a maelstrom of comets. The Grand Supreme Kai, Daikaio, seals away Moro's powers, but at the cost of his own godly strength. Moro is given to the Galactic Police, who sentence him to death, but Moro is too strong to kill, so his sentence becomes life imprisonment instead. While that evil wizard is imprisoned, another named Bibidi raises a ruckus of his own 5 billion years later. He summons Majin Buu, who destroys thousands of planets. He also takes out 4 out of the 5 Supreme Kais, but is hindered by Daikaio. Absorbing Daikaio brings goodness into Buu, altering his appearance and turning him into the childlike Fat Buu. Bibidi is eventually taken out by the remaining Supreme Kai Shin. 4,237 years BA, Garlic Jr.'s ancestors migrate from the Makio star to Earth. At 237 years BA, Master Roshi's friend Turtle is born, so if you've ever wondered which of the two was older, here's your answer. During age 261, King Yemma travels Snake Way to train under King Kai. Meanwhile, on planet Namek, violent storms ravage the planet. Kata sends his son away on a spaceship to save his life. All the others perish with the exception of Guru and some exiled Namekians. Since Namekians reproduce asexually, they're able to slowly rebuild their race. On Earth, Master Roshi is born during age 430, and shortly after, the nameless Namekian begins training alongside Garlic like under Earth's current Kami. Roshi turns 18 and begins training under Master Mutaito before falling for a woman named Fanfan. Master Roshi being sweet on a girl isn't news, but on this occasion it opened a rift between him and fellow pupil Master Shen. The Kami of Earth chooses the nameless Namekian as his successor. Garlic doesn't take kindly to the choice and attempts to overthrow the Earth, but is banished to the Dead Zone. In order to become Kami, the Namekian needs to purge himself of the evil in his being. That evil materializes as the fearsome King Piccolo, who plunges the Earth into chaos. Master Mutaito manages to seal King Piccolo inside of an electric rice cooker, using a move called the Evil Containment Wave. The good news is that it works, but the bad news is Master Mutaito perishes in the process. During age 470, the new Kami creates the DragonBallZ. Thankfully, they're much smaller than the Super DragonBallZ, around 3 inches in diameter. When all 7 of them are collected, they can be used to summon the dragon Shenron, who grants the bearer 1 wish. After the DragonBallZ are created, the first Saiyans arrive on planet Plant. While many fans would claim that Saiyans are from Vegeta, they're not wrong. They just didn't originate there. Before that, they lived on a planet called Sadala, which became uninhabitable, forcing the Saiyans to relocate. They settled on planet Plant, which would later be renamed Vegeta. But the Saiyans aren't the only denizens to find themselves on planet Plant. The Saiyan Tuffle War plays out in Dragon Ball GT, but that plotline was mentioned in Dragon Ball Z. Because of this, we consider the conflict canon, although we're sure you can guess who won. About 100 years after Vegeta's conquest, the first World Martial Arts Tournament is held on Earth. In age 710, the 13th World Martial Arts Tournament is held, with Master Roshi taking the title. Planet Vegeta and its people are annexed by King Cold and his army, forced to work for him, conquering other planets for profit. The Saiyans flourished in this field. In fact, King Cold's son Frieza realized they were perhaps a bit too good at conquering. King Vegeta was terribly proud of his son, Prince Vegeta, and was perturbed when another Saiyan showed an abnormally high power level. Yes, we're talking about Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. King Vegeta exiled baby Broly and his father Paragus to the faraway planet Vampa to live out the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, a low-level soldier named Bardock and his wife Gine become suspicious of Frieza and fear for their son Kakarot, so they load him onto a spaceship, launching him to Earth. Confirming Bardock's suspicions, Frieza destroys planet Vegeta and just about everyone on it. Little Kakarot lands safely on Earth and is discovered by Master Roshi's former student Son Gohan, who names him Son Goku. Goku begins training under Grandpa Gohan, who realizes that if the child glances at the full moon, he would become a massive, unstoppable giant ape called an Uzaru. One fateful evening, Goku goes outside to use the bathroom and transforms. The great ape tramples Grandpa Gohan, killing him and leaving young Goku alone with no memory of what happened to his beloved grandfather. All that remains is the 4-star Dragon Ball, which Goku naively believes to contain Grandpa Gohan's soul. All of that happened before the Dragon Ball series even started. Now we meet Bulma, a teenage girl looking to collect all the Dragon Balls so she can wish for a boyfriend. She encounters Goku, who had never seen a human besides his late grandfather before. Goku refuses to part with his grandfather's memento, so he accompanies Bulma on her journey. The two of them help Turtle, who had gotten lost gathering mushrooms, find his way back to Master Roshi. In doing so, they discover the 3rd Dragon Ball, which Master Roshi found in the ocean some time ago. Along their journey, Bulma and Goku encounter characters like Oolong the Transforming Pig, Yamcha the Desert Bandit, and his close friend Puar. They also encounter the terrifying Ox King, who turns out to be not so bad, along with his daughter Chi-Chi, who asks Goku to marry her. Oblivious to what that means, Goku agrees. Their quest brings them to the castle of Emperor Pilaf and his cronies Shu and Mai, who steal the Dragon Balls, leaving our heroes trapped in their castle. Goku transforms into an ape, and his friends narrowly escape by removing Goku's tail, which turns him back, but not before destroying Pilaf's castle. Despite having all the Dragon Balls, Pilaf's wish never comes true because he's interrupted by Oolong, who wishes for a pair of underpants. With the wish made, the Dragon Balls scatter, and since they're inert for 1 year, Goku begins training with Master Roshi, along with fellow student Krillin. Their training is intense, but the two form a strong bond. Goku and Krillin enter the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament along with Yamcha, where Goku faces a competitor named Jackie Chun, who's actually Master Roshi in disguise. During their bout, Goku, whose tail had recently grown back, sees the full moon above the arena, triggering his transformation yet again. Faced with destruction, Roshi fires a max-power Kamehameha at the moon, vaporizing it and returning Goku to normal. Roshi takes the world title, which inspires Goku to never stop training. After this,